How's it going, guys? I am here with my WWE Royal Rumble 2014 pay-per-view review. Before I start this review, I'm not going to go over every single thing that happened on the pay-per-view. Like, I'm not going to go over all the interviews and like things that happen in between things. I'm just going to go over all the matches because, you know, well, first off, I want to get this review out of the way first, and secondly, I don't think all the backstage interviews and whatnot really matter in reviews because I'm not really reviewing how the interviews went. I'm just reviewing the show. So I'm not going to go over all those things. But the Royal Rumble this year, I was able to watch it on pay-per-view with my good friends Stevie Breach and Luke Cara. I had a blast with them. Had a lot of fun watching the pay-per-view, which is probably why I think I liked it more than most people. A lot of people are going to hate the pay-per-views because of how it ended and the results of things and whatnot, which to me is a dumb reason to dislike a show because you don't like the ending of it. Which, I mean, I understand why people do it, but I don't know, to say the whole show was basically ruined because of, you know, something stupid like that. To me, I don't know, I'm not that kind of person that hates things just because of, you know, something happens I didn't like. But I thought the Rumble was, I thought it was a good show. I don't think it was great, but I thought it was fun. I think it almost lived up to the expectations that I almost held for it. I thought it was good for what it was worth, and if I would have bought the pay-per-view, I think I would have got my money's worth with the match quality-wise. For the most part, that is. But, of course, the pay-per-view kicked off with the kickoff, which happened to have the WWE Tag Team Championship match. Cody Rhodes and Goldust versus the New Age Outlaws. Definitely a fun way to kick off the show. No pun intended, the kickoff part. But I enjoyed it. It was good. Good back and forth action. The Outlaws looked good. You know, ever since they came back, I told Luke this, who I watched the show with. Well, not at the show, but I told him this in the Skype calls in the past. Ever since the Outlaws, you know, got back in the ring, they just, I don't know, they seemed a little stale. They didn't seem like they were all there in the ring wise. And, you know, tonight they proved that, you know, they didn't have any like ring rust or anything. They looked good. It was a good match, and the New Age Outlaws pulled out the victory. They became the new tag team champions when Billy Gunn hit the famouser on Cody Rhodes for the 1-2-3 to get the victory. Good kickoff match, very, very good stuff. Very, very excited for the Outlaws to become the new tag team champions. Steve Reach has a video on his channel, the Markout, so definitely go check it out. That was definitely a good thing to happen. Then we go on to the main show, which kicked off with Bryan versus Bray Wyatt, which surprisingly was a very good match. Bryan and Bray definitely went at it. Bryan, how great he is, it didn't surprise me how good this match ended up being, but it was very entertaining. It got a lot of time too. I know it got at least 20 minutes, maybe even 25. It got a lot of time. I remember the match ending like almost around 5:35, so like it got a lot of time. It was good. There was a portion of the match, like 5 minutes, where, you know, Bray had Bryan down and he was working on his head, and, you know, Bryan was just like, you know, selling the concussion that he had, and Bray was basically taking over, and the match got pretty boring for at least a good solid 5 minutes, but it really started picking up again when Bryan started hulking up. Looked like Bryan's got the victory, but surprisingly, Bray Wyatt pulled out the victory with Sister Abigail. He gave him Sister Abigail onto the outside, into the barricade, threw Bryan in the ring, hit Sister Abigail again, pinned him. I was absolutely shocked. I honestly thought Bray Wyatt had no chance of winning. It made absolutely no sense to me why Bray won the match. But later on the show, it pretty much showed why he won the match. So, yeah, that was definitely a great match. I'd say match of the night, to be honest. Next, we had Brock Lesnar versus The Big Show, which was something else. You had Brock come out, started beating the holy hell out of The Big Show with the steel chair, just demolishing him before the match starts. A good 5 minutes before the match starts. I mean, Brock beat him so brutally, the chair broke. Like, he just beat the holy hell out of him with the steel chair. You know, tries his Big Show steel chair. Big Show hits a knockout punch. Match starts. They go at it. You know, Big Show basically beat the hell out of him for, let's say, about a couple minutes. Tries to go with a knockout punch again. Brock ducks it. Brock picks him up for an F5, almost dropping the Big Show. Like, he was like Brock, he did a nice job recovering himself. And did an F5, even though the F5 looked more like an attitude adjustment just because of the way Big Show lands it. We all know Big Show always screws up the landings. Like, when Orton gives him RKO, he always go to the side. Like, it's the Big Show. He screws it up for whatever reason. But, Brock beats the Big Show. Match was pretty much, when you think about it, it was almost pointless. Like, Luke even told me, like, that is probably Brock's easiest payday for a match. Like, he really didn't do anything. Just beat the holy hell out of the Big Show and pinned him. And then after the match, Brock beat him with the chair again. And it looks like Big Show may be out for a while. So if he is, well, I'm not really going to miss him because he doesn't really do anything. But yeah, the whole match was pretty much pointless. It was just, I don't know what the point of it was. It was pretty lame. And then we go on to the WWE World Heavyweight Championship match. Randy Orton versus John Cena. This match to me was disappointing. It was probably the most disappointing match on the card, which I'm going to have to rewatch this match, to be honest, because the first, I'd say 10, maybe even 15 minutes, I don't know about 15, but definitely the first 10, the crowd was tearing them apart. They were chanting Daniel Bryan, they were chanting Boring, they're basically chanting anything you could have thought of. And they were burying these two. Like, they did not want to see these two at all. Orton was getting pissed, you can tell. The crowd did not want to see these two go at it. So it was pretty hard to pay attention for the first half. I'd say majority of this match was pretty hard to pay attention to. But I'd say the last, like, maybe 10 minutes, I'd say the first half was hard. The second half was pretty easy to watch. I was really enjoying the last half of it because it was honestly, like, it was like near falls, submissions where he thought Orton was going to tap. It was getting real tense the last 10 minutes. I was honestly really enjoying the last half of that match. It looked like, Cena putting the STF on Orton. It looked like Orton was going to tap. There was a ref bump. They were hitting each other's finishers on them. Yeah. Orton locked in the STF on Cena. Cena didn't tap, put the crossface on him. Orton hit a attitude adjustment, which wasn't really an attitude adjustment. Orton just, like, had him and just, like, threw him. It was pretty crappy, but Orton hit an attitude adjustment. Cena kicked out, and Cena hit actually a really good RKO. Like, it was honestly, I'm not gonna say better than Orton's, but it was like what an RKO should look like. With Cena actually hooked both arms instead of Orton hooking one arm, so it was actually a really good RKO. I was really expecting to have a horrible RKO, but it was actually pretty good for what it was. And then they it basically is a finisher fest. It was basically Rock and Cena from 29. They were just hitting each other's finishers on each other back and forth. And then what do you know? The Wyatt family comes out. I'm thinking, no. Because if you read the dirt sheets, you know that Cena versus Bray Wyatt has been rumored for WrestleMania 30. And it's pretty much confirmed at this point. Bray Wyatt and the Wyatt family come out, surround the ring. Cena's, hitting them down. Turns around to an RKO by Randy Orton. 1, 2, 3. Randy Orton retains the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. After the match, Wyatt family attacks Cena. Bray, his sister Abigail, on Cena. So, looks like Cena and Bray Wyatt is confirmed for WrestleMania 30, which is very unfortunate. Which pretty much explains why Bray beat Daniel Bryan earlier. But WrestleMania so far, not looking great. I mean, you pretty much have Cena and Bray basically confirmed. You have Punk and Triple H basically confirmed. And you had another match confirmed after the Rumble, whoever won the Rumble. So, let's get into the 2014 Royal Rumble match itself. The Rumble, I thought, was actually a very fun Rumble. It was probably I wouldn't say best one in years, but I was really enjoyed by it. I was very entertained by it. I'm not going to go over all the eliminations and how the order and whatnot. It's a waste of time. You can look that up on your own time. But it was fun. We definitely got some good surprises. We got Kevin Nash coming back. I actually called that. You can ask Steve and Luke yourself. I called when he came out. Like, I knew he was going to be in the Rumble, but I'm like, okay, I think it was number 14 he was. Because we're guessing who was going to come out each time. And I actually got 3 of them right, by the way. And I called Kevin Nash. I said, watch, it's going to be Kevin Nash. And Kevin Nash came out. We all marked out. And that was a good surprise. Sheamus coming back. Shield was teaming on Punk because they're the only ones in the ring. Gonna go do a triple powerbomb, and Sheamus came out and saved the day for Punk. So it's good to have Sheamus back, thank God. And just Kofi had his spot where actually Alexander Rusev actually debuted in the Rumble, who was an NXT guy who I think it was pretty obvious because usually, well, we got an NXT guy this last year, so I think it's pretty apparent we're gonna get one this year, and we did. And it was him, and he had a good showing in the Rumble. No one really cared for him. He had a decent showing, and he got thrown out, and Kofi got thrown out. Kofi actually, it was so obvious what spot they're playing because Kofi got thrown onto him. Rusev was beating him. He put him on the barricade and just left. Kofi ran across the barricade like Jeff Hardy would do. Jumped into the ring. That was pretty impressive, I'm not gonna lie. And Kofi wasn't eliminated, so Kofi had his big moment right there. Cesaro had a moment with the Cesaro swing on I think it was wasn't the Miz, was it? I think it was Seth Rollins. Yeah, Seth Rollins had it on. He did the Cesaro swing for a while on him. El Torito was in the Rumble. A few guys that supposed to be in it wasn't in it, like Xavier Woods wasn't in it. Thank God, by the way. And just a fun Rumble match. I feel like I'm forgetting something important. I don't want to forget something that I had something in my head, but I honestly forgot what it was. I didn't mention that. JBL was in the Rumble, which was a waste because he just got thrown right back out. Like, he was giving Cole's jacket and Reigns threw him out. Oh, speaking of Reigns, broke the record of all-time eliminations. Reigns eliminated 12 people tonight. 12. So he broke Kane's record. Good for him. Oh yeah, Kane was in the Rumble. He came in a suit. Took the suit off, wrestled in just the pants. Punk threw him out. Kane to come out later during the match and throw Punk out. So it looks like we're gonna get Kane and Punk at the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view. That's my guess. And yeah, I'm probably forgetting a lot of things that happened in this Rumble because honestly, it was a lot. I mean, Goldust and Cody Rhodes look like they're gonna start their feud. They're in the Rumble, and Goldust accidentally eliminated Cody Rhodes. And yeah, I mean, I thought it was a fun Rumble. I enjoyed it. Final, I don't even know what the final four was. I forgot who the fourth guy was. But the final three was Batista, Roman Reigns, and Sheamus. I honestly forgot who the fourth guy was. And Sheamus got eliminated by Roman Reigns with a spear, and it came on the Roman Reigns Batista. Batista and Reigns went at it. It looked like Reigns was actually going to win, but Batista threw him out, and the crowd hated it. Everyone hated Batista winning. Everyone on Twitter, everyone in the world hated Batista winning, it seemed like. And everyone was booing. They were booing because Daniel Bryan didn't win it. Daniel Bryan wasn't even in the Rumble. So, yeah, Rumble, WrestleMania 30, Orton Batista for the title. Mania 30. Good thing it's on the network, because I don't think anyone's planning on buying this pay-per-view. It's looking pretty bad on paper so far, so hopefully WWE can put a match or two that will interest people, because so far I have no interest in any of the matches. So, yeah, that's it for my Rumble review. To me, like I said, it was a good show. I enjoyed it. And I'll see you guys next time. Until then, peace.